And Mike, and you mentioned GSP possibly going up in weight if you too far. Did you see how great Hendricks looked against Hector Lombard first fight at middleweight? I mean, that might actually help GSP.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, I mean, I'm a fan of Johnny Hendricks. Who doesn't like Johnny Hendricks? And I detest Hector Lombard because he's a little shit. So it was nice to see Johnny Hendricks beat Hector Lombard. And yeah, I thought Johnny looked better. You know, he utilized some good footwork, and you know, this is too small. And listen, let's be honest. Johnny Hendricks versus Hector Lombard was two welterweights fighting at middleweight. It was like Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor fighting at welterweight. You know, it was the same thing because they're both welterweights. Let's be honest. Johnny won. I thought he did a good job. Hector's a dangerous opponent, and I was just happy to see Johnny Hendricks get a win.
And I have to ask you, of course. Now, what is it about Hector Lombard you don't like? I've never heard this.
No, listen, Hector Lombard's a piece of shit. You know, I mean, what can I say? I mean, you just take one look at this guy and you know that he's a scumbag. And several times over the years, my interactions with him, we've nearly had multiple fights. When I fought Luke Rockhold at UFC 199, when I knocked Luke Rockhold out in the first round, and Hector Lombard got knocked out against Dan Henderson at that fight, in the lobby after the weigh-in, I nearly got into a fight with Hector Lombard. He's walking past and I say something. And I said something like, you know, he made a remark and I said something joking. And he turns around and he's coming at me and he's calling him and having to hold him back and this and that. And I'm saying, look at you, you're pathetic. I said, you're going to fight tomorrow. You're trying to fight me in the lobby. Get a grip. You know? Without the cage, man, he's got rocks for brains. I don't care for that guy.
No, wait, hold on. Now, listen, I know you said, you said a little something.
Yeah,
wait, come on now, Mike. Listen, champ. What
did you say?
Come on, what did you say?
No, I was walking by, and as I say, several times we've had interactions, and as I walked past, he looked at me, I looked at him, and I went, this guy. And that's all I said. I said, this guy. And then he kind of stopped, and he turned around and said, what do you mean, this guy? And I'm like, you know, this guy. And anyway, there you go. So it was me. Basically, I started it, annoying self that I am.
So you were just being a little annoying, and he actually wanted to fight over it.
This guy.
I was mocking him.
You were just fucking with him. And you must have seen Jacare looked really, really good against Tim Bosch. I mean, you're at the head of a very, very brutal division, man. There's nobody easy in that division.
But the division's getting easier. You know what I mean? Jacare, if you look at him, he used to have boulders for shoulders. And now he's got like some like little, you know, he's looking like a skinny, frail old man in there. You know, he fought Tim Boach, and yeah, okay. You know, he got a submission inside the first round, and it was a very nice submission. The setup was nice. Boach went to scoot back to his feet, and he took hold of the wrist and, you know, snapped on a nice Kimura. You know, fair play, well done. On the feet, he looked terrible. He was so robotic, so stiff. And as I say, he's the incredible shrinking man. He's getting smaller and smaller, as is Yoel Romero. So that's what I'm saying. This division is just getting easier and easier. The more time passes, the more times the steroids are out of the system, the easier these opponents are going to be. But listen, you know, Jacare's right there as well. He's another guy. I would love to fight Jacare. I would love to fight Yoel Romero simply because, you know, they deserve it, I guess. You know, in a roundabout way, they do deserve it. And I'd like to test myself against them.
You know, I find it refreshing that he wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah.
Everybody gives a normal, I respect this one, but yada, yada. He just, that guy's a cunt.
Yeah.
He's like, that's what I like.
Nobody will ever say, what do you think Michael meant by that?
Look at that court. I never called Jacare a cunt.
No, of course. No, you didn't call him a cunt. I don't even know if you said cunt. Did I say cunt?
Yeah.
All right. You know what's so awesome? I see you on Instagram with your boy, and I remember when you had him in the cage in England or Manchester. I forgot where you were, but you were and you were having him in the cage with you, and he was up to your waist, and now you're up to his shoulders. That's why you got a big boy now. He's all grown up. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, no, he's doing amazing. He's wrestling, he's doing jiu-jitsu, he's wrestling at 195 this past weekend. Of course, I fight at 185, and he did really, really well. So he's growing up fast.
Yeah, man. Soon you're gonna be telling him to put out the garbage, man. That'll be you'll be getting ready for your fights, right?
I'm trying. These new millennials are lazy fucks. What can I say? I tell him, I say, take out the garbage, do this, do that. He says, Dad, you don't do anything in this house. So yeah.
That's great.
All right. Well, before we let you go, Michael, how long are you going to be laid up for? When are you going to be able to get back into to training?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I mean, I'm my own worst enemy at times because a week after having the surgery, I was actually sparring with Kendall Grove. Kendall Grove was staying at my house because he had a fight coming up, and I wanted to help, but of course I get bored. So it was like 8-9 days after the surgery, I went in and did some boxing sparring, and then the next day it was, my knee was killing. So I rested for a few days, and then I went and did some bag work, and then the next day it was killing. So I've been taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And just a second ago, my doctor sent me a text message. I've got to go and see him today. So I guess I'm just going to rest and stay off it completely because I'm going out of my mind now. It's been 3.5 weeks, and I'm just sitting in my ass, just sitting in my house, getting fat, eating crappy foods because I'm bored. So, so maybe a couple more weeks and I'll be able to start proper training. But the pain is still there. It's still kind of painful. But early summer, to answer your question, early summer I'll be back in there for sure.
All right, well, we're looking forward to seeing you, whoever you fight, whether it's GSP, Yoel Romero, the winner of Weidman Musasi, whoever it is that you fight, I'm looking forward to seeing you.
We'll be watching for sure.
Hey, Matt, real fast.
Yeah.
What's going on with Weidman? Why is he fighting Musasi?
Why? Listen, the guy called him out, man. Weidman's cut from that same cloth. He's like, you mentioned my name, you better fucking show up.
Yeah, fair enough. You gotta respect that. Fair enough.
Yeah, man. The guy, he mentioned his name. He mentioned he was ducking him, and Weidman got wind of that and said, "Yo, man, fuck that."
That's the difference.
He wouldn't say it like me, like that, because he's such a respectful guy.
No,
but I'll say for it.
No.
Yeah,
I'll
say for him.
No, good for Chris. I've always been a fan of Chris. I know we can't stand my guts these days.
Yeah.
All the best from me.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, Masasi is definitely a quality guy, and take this guy out, he's right back in the mix. So
you know what
thanks.
I do?
What's
Someone
up?
calls me out, I just pretend I didn't hear it. And I just
I lost you again, but I'm back. I can't remember what you said, but I'm assuming you were wrapping up the interview and saying, let's lose this, let's get rid of this Brit.
No, we love you, man. We have to wrap up, but anytime you want to come on,
Yeah.
you're one of my favorite people to have on. You're so honest. And it's so refreshing.
All right, cool. Well, I can think of nothing better to do on a Monday morning.
All right. Well, heal up, and we look forward to seeing you fight again, man. And I look forward to seeing you in person.
Got it, guys. Take care.
All right, take care, Michael.
Later, man.
All right, Mike.
Middleweight champion Michael Bisping. Really entertaining guy.
Listen, man, give me that than the same old boring, just the right people that try to give the right answer.
Like Derek Lewis, all he does is the right answer. Holy shit. I fucking love Derek Lewis.
That I give me that. You don't have to agree with it, but it's refreshing in a world today being so PC and being so whatever. Speak your mind, people.
Before we wrap up, one thing we wanted to mention, Chris. We did mention it though. Chris wants us to mention about the Johnny Hendricks fight. But we did talk about that with Bisping.
Did we talk about
how good he looked against Lombard?
I was really happy. For
Me
Johnny.
too. He's such a nice guy.
Oh, what a nice guy! And afterwards, I saw a clip. Where did I see this? I saw a clip of the post-fight thing, and Johnny's such a nice guy where you could tell how happy he was. Where he was answering a question, and our cell phone went off. He goes, "Could you shut that phone off?" He goes, "Oh, I'm only kidding. Oh, I thought, shut the phone off." And he's laughing, like slapping his knee, and he was just so happy. And now I feel like I know the guy from being on. I was so happy for him, man.
Well, it's weird. It's like you can never just look at somebody and know. Like when you look at him at the weigh-in next to Hector Lombard. I mean, Johnny Hendricks is he's a big guy, wrestler body, but glasses on, a little beard, a couple of gray. And Hector Lombard looks like an action figure.
No, he looks like a He-Man figure.
He literally looks like you created him in a lab. He's a perfect physical specimen.
But Johnny's got that, and Hector went for some beautiful takedowns that Johnny just took away. And the one time he got him down and almost got his back, Johnny it looks like a gorilla.
That was the third round, right?
He just got out and said, "Oh, you know what?" It was almost. He's like, "Nah, fuck that."
He was a little slippery.
He stood up. The guy fell off him, like jumped to his feet. It almost just took. It was so cool the way he just got out of that it just took away everything the guy did to put him in that position.
Yeah, I was happy for him.
I was so happy.
He had lost what 3 straight or something. He was in a tough way there.
Johnny in this division. It's gonna be interesting because he has to fight. This was the most he looked like the old Johnny.
Yeah.
Because I guess the weight thing really was killing him, and he's gonna be undersized to some people, but he's got power. He's explosive. He's going to be hard to get down and keep down. I'm interested to see what he does in the middle.
Well, they raised a good point about his reach too. He's going to have the shortest. They were like,
that doesn't mean too much. Showing you my arms. Right away, I get defensive. You know, when I fought GSP, I remember they were doing the stats, and they went over the reach and everything. It was just getting worse and worse.
well, how much reach did he have on you?
You'd have to look that up, Chris, the producer. But it wasn't that. But it doesn't mean shit when you work your way inside. That's when he's going to be in trouble. And that's when he was in trouble. Well, I mean, all being said, but